Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. This is a live video. Hello, my name is Mo Malele. Let me take these off. Actually, I think that might be better. Apologies for the tardiness. Some technical difficulties. Um, you know how it is. Um, uh, uh, Everything works all the time, and then that one moment when you like needed to actually like work, when you're going live and you're doing everything live, then everything stops. So the Wi-Fi was working perfectly before, and now I'm going live, it doesn't want to work. Then I'm struggling to connect to the Facebook thing. Then I have to go to a different platform to use StreamYards to patch into the Facebook connection. So apologies for the tardiness. I know we're 10 minutes late, but I'm not going to be long anyways. Um, I wanted actually to just share some motivation with you. I know that for a lot of you guys, it's been a long year, it's been a hard year, it's been a tough year. For me as well, it's also been a long year, it's been a tough year. I've actually, been thinking a lot about motivation and a lot about all the things that keep us going despite the challenges that we're facing in life. And so, like I said, I'm not going to be sharing a long message. I know that normally when I'm on one of these sessions, I talk forever and ever, but this is actually going to be a very short message. I just want to share with you guys a bit of motivation. And my message for today is whatever happens in your life, whatever you go through, whatever challenges you come across, whatever hurdles you have to jump over, or hoops you got to swing through, don't ever give up. Whatever happens, no matter what comes your way, don't ever give up until you achieve that which you set out to achieve. Don't stop, don't give up, don't quit. If I could summarize what I'm going to say today, I would literally just put it in those words. Don't ever quit, because in life, you never know how close your breakthrough could be. In life, you never know that, the breakthrough, like the stuff that's actually going to change your life and unlock your future and unlock your potential could literally be around the corner. Could literally be around the corner. Your breakthrough could be coming in September, but you quit in August. You never know how close you are to the finish line in life. You never know how close you are to achieving that thing, to getting your breakthrough. So I want you guys to always, always, and forever, always remember that. Don't ever quit. You keep working hard, you keep working smart, you keep pushing whatever it is that you want to be pushing, and you don't stop. You're committed, you're relentless, you're hustling hard, you're in the trenches, you're working hard, you're getting stuff done. Don't quit, because you don't ever know in life how close that breakthrough could be. The breakthrough could be coming in September, but whenever you quit in August and you miss out on that breakthrough, you miss out on those chances that are coming for you. Another thing that I want to share, and everything that I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing because this is stuff that I've been thinking about, the stuff that keeps me going, and I'm seeing these things, just working in life. The idea for one must never ever quit and never give up, no matter what life throws at you. I've recently just started a show, actually, a YouTube show called the Mo Malele Show. So the Mo Malele Show is available on YouTube. It's on my YouTube and on my partner channels. It's a collaborative effort amongst a couple of entrepreneurs and so forth. But the whole idea behind the YouTube show is about showcasing ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things. So we work with, so we interview entrepreneurs, we interview small business owners, we interview, people that have started something from nothing and are actually doing amazing work in their little corner of ordinary. So the whole show is literally about showcasing ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things. And I was chatting yesterday because I was doing a live show. It shows on Thursdays every week on Thursdays at 4 o'clock. And yesterday was actually our 1 month anniversary. We've been doing the show for a full month now, and there's so much exciting stuff that's coming through. But anyways, the reason why I started the show is because I believe that in every single human being, there's a little bit of extraordinariness. Every human being has the ability to build creative, amazing, big, extraordinary things. Every human being, a small bit of extraordinariness that lies deep within them. Everybody has the ability to build an Amazon, to build a Microsoft, to build a Tesla. Everybody has the ability to build, to be like an Oprah. I strongly, very passionately in my heart, believe that. But unfortunately, a lot of the times, people don't actually believe that about themselves. People oftentimes believe that extraordinary things are only achieved by people who were born extraordinary or who inherently have some form of extraordinariness inside them. Either they were born with money and they come from, rich families or trust funds, or they were really smart and have a high IQ and they're savants and, they're child prodigies and whatnot. So people often think that only the extraordinary can achieve things that are extraordinary. And that's not true. In fact, it's a myth. It's a lie. The truth is that the world is changed by ordinary people doing extraordinary things in their little corner of ordinary. That is the truth, right? The truth is that life is changed, by a group of, young kids who are building new software and coming up with new technologies in their garages. The world is changed by musicians and by producers and artists who are creating amazing, creative work, in their back rooms somewhere. It's changed by entrepreneurs who started their businesses from the boots of their cars. Those are the people that changed the world. People that really had a small bit of extraordinariness and they leaned into that extraordinariness to create much more amazing things that the whole world could enjoy, could experience, and could consume. And so I want you to hold on to that you are extraordinary, that you have a little bit of something, of magic. You have the ability to build a company that will one day be an African unicorn. You have that in you, you know, and that whatever dream that is that you want to achieve, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can actually do it. You have the ability to do it. The world is not only for those that come from rich families, for those that are intelligent, for those that have high IQs, for those that speak well and have high vocabularies and etc. etc. No, the world is changed by the rest of us who don't fall into those categories, who don't fall into those types of lives. I want you to hold on to that and to never, ever, ever, ever give up, to relentlessly go after your dreams, to relentlessly go after what it is that you want to achieve. And no matter what people say, no matter what people do, no matter how people treat you or what they think of you, don't ever quit. And then one other thing I wanted to say, I'm just looking at my notes here, is that you have to believe in yourself before anybody else can. You have to believe that you are worthy of greatness in order for you to attain greatness. And I've been doing a bit of reading, and there's this I read an article the other day, and the guy was giving financial tips. He was giving people financial tips, right? I think it was a Forbes article. But then the article was quoting one of these multi-billionaires who wrote a book. You know how billionaires love writing books, right? Telling us how they make money. But this guy, one of the tips he has as like a financial tip for people, to build significant wealth, was that you have to believe that you deserve it. And I found this extraordinary, because most people don't believe they are worthy of greatness, that they deserve great things, that they deserve to be wealthy, they deserve to be successful, they deserve to be rich, they deserve to have all the things that they want to have, they deserve, just to be extraordinary, to be amazing, and to build big things that other people will use and go global. Most people don't actually believe that they are worthy and deserving of that. And unfortunately, if you don't believe it, no one else will. If you don't believe that you are worthy of greatness, no one else will believe that you are worthy of greatness. If you don't believe that you are worthy of doing amazing things, building amazing businesses, and so forth, no one else will believe that you are worthy and amazing enough to do those things. The belief has to start with you. The belief starts internally with you, and then it permeates outwardly, and then people start believing in you and what you're building because you started believing. But I guarantee you right now, take it from an entrepreneur, take it from a creative, an artist, take it from someone who's building things. If you know, if I don't believe in what I'm building, if I don't believe in what I'm doing, it's difficult for me to convince investors, to convince funders, to convince partners, to convince anyone, employees, family, friends, to convince you even of what I'm saying if I don't believe it. So you gotta be the first person to believe it. And I know it sounds cliche, and I'm sure you've heard it a dime a dozen, but you gotta be the first person to believe that you are worthy of that greatness and that you are amazing enough to attain it in order for anybody else to believe that you can do it. The only way to get investment is to believe that you are worthy of that $1 billion investment. Those are the people that are getting $1 billion investments in their companies, people who actually believe that they deserve those types of investments. And now, the thing about believing that you deserve something is that The idea is not for you to go to people with a sense of entitlement. And I just want to quickly be clear on that one, because I know there's someone who's going to be like, no, but Mo, what are you saying? Like, are you saying what now, everyone deserves greatness and everyone deserves whatever they think they deserve? That's not what I'm saying. And I don't want you guys to go and approach life with a sense of entitlement, where it's like the world owes you something, the world owes you everything that you've ever wanted. That's not what I'm saying. That's actually not how it works. When I say you have to believe that you're worthy of greatness, I also mean that you have to back up that belief that you have in yourself with hard work, with sacrifice, with time spent. You got to work hard, you got to work smart, you got to put in your own time, you got to put in your own, resources. You have to invest in whatever it is that you believe you are worthy of. Whatever your version of greatness is, you got to invest in it. You got to pour yourself into it before anybody else would invest in it or pour themselves or pour their resources into it. And that's part of believing that you deserve it. I always say to people that, if you believe that you're worth something, or if you believe that you're great enough to be an amazing athlete, you're going to be on the track every single day. You're going to be in the gym every single day. You're going to be the first one to arrive to training and the last one to leave. And when you look at guys like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, Usain Bolt, Manny Mayweather, you look at Conor McGregor, you look at the effort and time these guys put into their craft as athletes, as boxers or footballers or whatnot. And these guys are naturally talented, they're amazing, they're extraordinary, but the amount of time they put into their craft is insane. And why do they do that? Because Ronaldo he believes he deserves to be a legend. He believes he deserves to be the kind of guy that they'll build statues and monuments about, the kind of guy who'll change football philosophies and strategies. He believes he believes that he himself is worthy of the title of a legend. Messi believes he's worthy of the title of a legend. Manny Mayweather believes he's worthy of the title of a legend. But what do? They back that up with work. They back that up with time spent. They back that up by investing in themselves. They back that up by putting in their own resources. They back that up by working hard, working smart, working relentlessly. Day in, day out. First one to arrive, last one to leave. First one to be there, last one to leave training. They back their belief with that hard work. So you also have to do that. You can't just believe that you deserve something and then be like, the world will give it to me. Nah, fam, that's the wrong attitude. That attitude is going to make you miserable, and people are not going to like to working with you because there's a sense of entitlement, and you're not actually going to achieve anything if you don't back up your belief with a relentless form of hard work. You've got to bring that as well. You know what I mean? And if you don't bring that, what's going to happen is that you're going to believe all these things, but it's never going to materialize for you. Or the kids that believe those things but are putting in the work, those things are going to materialize for them, and you're going to be hella frustrated for a really long time. So once again, if you're going to believe that you're worthy of greatness, and I believe you are, you got to back that belief up with hard work and time spent and putting in your own resources. You have to have skin in the game, and in order for other people to believe, you have to believe first. So word. Then the last thing that I wanted to share, like I said, this video is going to be very short. You all know I can talk for a minute and a half, for a day and a half, but I wanted to keep this video short and sweet so that you guys get to the point a lot faster, so that you don't have to sit for 30 minutes and try to get to the point. I'm going to start wrapping up now, but the last thing I wanted to say is to talk about failure. And overcoming failure, overcoming those moments in life where you stumble and fall. And I want to say this to you, that failure is a natural part of life. You all need to stop thinking as failure as the end of something, but think of it as the beginning of something else. Failure is a natural part of life. And I don't like it when people think of failure as we're reaching an end. I often think of failure as not the end of something, but the beginning of something new. If a relationship that ends is not just a relationship that ended or failed, it's the possibilities of a new relationship starting, the possibilities of finding new love, finding new people, meeting new people, being in new circles. It's an opportunity to start something new. When one thing ends, something else can be birthed from that. So always look at failure or rather the end of one era as the beginning of another. One of the things, we always talk about in business as entrepreneurs is the ability for businesses and for entrepreneurs rather to fail fast, to fail forward, and I always say to fail prospectively. And that basically means that to fail fast means that you need to figure out the stuff that you're doing wrong and fix those things at a faster pace. All right. So fail fast just basically means that I know I'm going to fail, but I need to fail quickly. I can't be failing over 5 years. I need to condense my failings into, a year so that I can learn a lot faster. That's actually what fail fast means. It means learn faster. Fail forward means that as you're failing, you're learning, and then you're implementing the things that you've learned the next time you try. The next time you try, you're better, you're wiser, you've got more information, you try things differently, so you've got a better probability of success. That's fail forward. Then fail prospectively. For me, that just means that you must, fail into the future and not into the past. If you've made a mistake, if you failed at something, it's no use going back at it and then nitpicking and beating yourself up about it. You've already failed. You've tried something, it didn't work out. You did something, it created a whole lot of turmoil, or whatever it is. Fine. You forgot to study one chapter. You maybe missed a couple of tutorials, and so there's a bit of information that you don't really know, etc. You failed the test. Doesn't help for you to go back thinking about that failed test and beating yourself up and hating yourself for it. That doesn't change anything. It doesn't help you. Learn from that mistake and then implement forward. Implement moving forward to the next test, not to the previous one, right? So that's why I say fail prospectively, not retrospectively. You need to, when you fail and when you're learning and you're implementing those learnings, you must look forward into the future and stop worrying about the past. What's done is done. You fretting over it, hating yourself over it, beating yourself about it, worrying about it, stressing about it, not going to change the result. It's done. So take it on the chin and move forward. So fail fast, fail forward, fail prospectively. And lastly, failure is a natural part of life. Life is all about peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys, but ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster ride. So inherently in life, you're going to fail at something. Even if you're good at something, you're going to make mistakes. They're going to cause havoc and chaos. They are going to cause failures. Like failure in life is inherent and inevitable. Doesn't matter who you are and how smart you are, how much money you have, how much influence or resources you have, right? You're going to fail at something. But remember this, fail 100 times, get up 101. Fail 100 times, get up 101 times. Because life isn't about how many times you failed, it's about how many times you got back up and tried again. Because as long as you can get back up and try again, then you're giving yourself a chance. As long as you can get back up and try again, you're giving yourself a chance to eventually and ultimately succeed. So remember that. If you fall down 100 times, get up 101 times, because then that 101st time that you've gotten up, you've given yourself a chance to succeed. And who knows? Remember, I told you, don't ever give up, because you don't know where your breakthrough is going to come. Who knows that 101th time or the 101st time you got back up, that this was the time that you need to get back up. This is the time that you're going to come into a breakthrough. This is the time that the world of opportunity is going to unlock for you. Because you got up the 101st time. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hey, you know more numbers. But you fell down 100 times. You got back up 101 times. And that time that you got up was when you fell into the breakthrough, opportunities fall onto you, doors start opening up, and so forth. Which is why I keep telling people, don't give up, don't quit. You never know how close your breakthrough could be. Doesn't matter how many times you fail or you fall down. What matters is how many times you get up, because every time you get up, you give yourself a chance to succeed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is me, Mo Malele. I hope that you found some of these words valuable. I hope that they've inspired you in whatever challenges you're going through. Please feel free to like and share this video and let me know if it's helpful. Please feel free to DM me if you want to chat to me further. And thank you very much for your time. I hope this was valuable, and I wish you all the best of luck with the rest of the year and with everything and all the endeavors that you're busy with. Yeah, stay safe, stay sane, stay blessed. I will check you guys on the flip side. Bye.